Yeah.
As a Nas fan, what say you about Jim Jones saying that he's a better MC right now and raps better right now and is more influential than Nas?
I'll ask the same question Shannon Sharp asked in that interview.
What
Were you smoking when you said that? Were you smoking when you repeated it? Like, because, dog, I don't think it takes anybody that much research, like, to see that they are on completely two different, not levels, like two different planes when it comes to, like, lyrical ability. Now, this is coming from, as you said, a Jim Jones fan. I'm a Jim Jones fan.
You listen to Jim Jones way more than I do.
Bro, I remember Hustler's Poem. Like, I remember that ballin', emotionless era, Jim, and I've seen him, like, do, like, various things, like, in fashion, because he mentioned fashion. He was talking about how he's more influential. In music, we reviewed his last album, and we liked the last album, aside from, like, a handful of songs. You know what I mean? I think, like, the simplest thing to note is that Nas, as far as, like, commercial success, if we want to go on that plane, like, he's more successful by a mile, actually.
It's not even close.
Lyrically, he's far more superior as a writer. As just a rapper on the technical side, he's more technically sound than Jim Jones. And every other metric you want to I mean, I'm listening, but any metric you want to put, like, Nas washes Jim now, then, at 19 when Illmatic came out, all the way up until now with the Magic series or whatever else.
There's been no point of time where Jim Jones was a better MC than Nas.
Check the timeline.
I don't think there's ever been a time period ever where Jim Jones was seen as a better rapper than Nas.
No.
At all. At all. I almost think most people wouldn't even argue that Jim Jones is the best out of Dipset.
I don't think anybody with Dipset would, like, admit that he's touching Nas at all.
I don't think they even. I don't even think
is
they
he better
revere
than
him.
Juelz? Is he better than Cam?
That's what I'm saying. I don't even know. I would say maybe now because he's the only active one who's really going now, and he's been active for a long period of time in recent years. So, but I don't even know if he's the most influential out of Dipset.
Yeah, that's also true. Like, because Cam is far more influential even now, and he don't rap.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know, because when I think of now if he was just saying fashion, then I might agree there. I might agree there. A lot of people was
wearing pink, bro. I don't know.
A lot of people was wearing pink, but I do remember when people started wearing all the skulls and the Ed Hardy and the chain belt, the biker chain.
Okay,
and,
all right.
And the chrome heart and all that stuff now. And I will say that on the fashion side, Jim Jones has a much better argument than on music.
They were the first people to rock Supreme.
Dipset is arguably, as far as fashion, the most influential group to me.
I think so.
Arguably, to me, they might be one of the most influential fashion-wise in hip hop.
Honestly, who touching them? Like, I know Clips had a moment. You know what I mean?
Clips is probably close, neck and neck fashion-wise. Because Clips with all the Bape and all of that.
Yeah. What about the St. Lunatics? Nobody talk about that. Were people wearing Band-Aids on there? I don't know.
People weren't even wearing big giant jerseys like that all over the world. I think before that. Even Rockefeller had it. Was really influential on the fashion with the jerseys.
Yeah.
And Jay-Z, just in general with fashion. He had people. He had wearing big giant button-up shirts, which was disgusting.
With big Rockaware jeans and some forces.
Disgusting. Disgusting. Now, maybe he might have impacted fashion for the worst on many occasions. I remember when Jay-Z had us wearing. I remember the Scullies with the brim on it.
That was a disgusting.
Was that the first person I ever saw with that on was Jay-Z, and I bought one, and it was disgusting.
Bro, that was the gas station hats. Like, that he done flipped and made it. You see a millionaire with a gas station hat, you're like, oh, okay, this is the move. And then you really think about it.
Bro, I cannot believe he had us wearing
a wild era.
Scullies with a brim is disgusting. And cocked to the side, nasty disgusting era of time, bro.
So fashion, okay.
Fashion, if he wanted to say I'm more influential than Nas with fashion, I'm giving him that.
I'll give him that.
I'm gonna give him that because the Dipset period.
Yeah, people wore bandanas like Jewel. You know what I mean? Dipset is Dipset.
Dipset is Dipset on the fashion side,
and Jim played a part,
a large part of that. So I'll give him that. But as far as music, stop it. Stop it. You don't have an Illmatic, not that I've heard.
And I don't even think culturally, like, okay. And again, I'm a Jim Jones fan. I'll repeat it. You can, in my opinion, you can tell the history of hip hop and omit Jim Jones's name. I hate to say it. I feel like
absolutely.
Can, versus Nas, you can't.
You literally cannot talk about hip hop and not talk about Nas.
Impossible.
You'll be hard pressed to even be able to say your top 5 rappers. If you don't mention Nas, people don't even respect your opinion.
I don't.
Yeah. If somebody named their top 5 hip hop artists, it's gonna I'll say 10. If you could, if
he
5,
can't be out of 10.
He can't be out of 10. Because let's say 5, somebody wanted to say maybe like Pac, Big, Jay-Z, Kendrick, and somebody else, and they left Nas out.
Right.
I might give you if you don't have Nas in your top 10, I don't even want to hear you speak.
In top 15, I imagine you never listened to rap until like 5 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, there's no, nobody's putting Jim Jones in their top 5 or 10.
And I could tell, like, I'm talking about the Shannon Sharpe interview. I could tell
that interview was hilarious, by the way.
Flustered a little bit because he's like, well, he's not more culturally, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. And then he started bringing up fitness. I'm like, okay, now you bringing up fitness, you can outwork Shannon Sharpe, an NFL Hall of Famer.
It's crazy.
With two hip replacements, okay. Yeah. Like, we've gone past music at this point.
Completely.
You know what I mean? So I feel like Jim.
I think Jim Jones is trolling, by the way.
He has.
Oh, he's absolutely
trolling. He has to be trolling.
Because he also just got done saying he was better than Styles P. He's been doing the same thing with Pusha T.
All right, bro.
So I 1,000% believe that he's trolling.
Now I will give Jim, throw him some bail. When I think about not Nas's realm when it comes to his discography, but he has a better discography than a lot of people are saying. Like, I think he has a really deep discography. His catalog is solid. Will it ever be compared to the top artists in hip-hop history? No. But Jim Jones can really rap, and he is the most unlikeliest of Dipset, or just the unlikeliest person within Rockefeller, aside from maybe Kanye, to like really blossom into what he became. You know what I mean? So
I agree.
give Jim
and I think Jim
that.
Jones right now, we reviewed his last album. Yeah. Jim Jones is nice.
He's nice.
So I don't want just to say it, but there's nice and there's Nas.
Yeah.
I hate to say
it's that simple.
There's nice and then there's not. Nas is not Nas rapped a story backwards. If you've never heard Rewind by Nas, please go listen to it. Nas is there are certain people who are on another tier of hip hop as far as just genius level. Illmatic came out when Nas was 20. He wrote most of it in his teens.
Yeah, bro.
That is literally stated as one of the best hip hop albums of all time.
And it's probably top 2 for me, yeah.
So when we're talking about Nas, there's certain people who are just on another plane. Yeah. You know, there's the Nas's, there's the Andre 3000s, there's the you know what I mean, the Pac. There's certain people you just can't even mention amongst other people. And I think there's a lot of people who Jim Jones can say he's better than. I just don't know why he's saying Nas.
I don't know why he's targeting Nas. What did Nas do to you?
But apparently he's not like Nas for a while. They've had a thing.
Oh, so I didn't even know this until the interviews. Is I really mean it from Dipset Diplomatic Immunity was a Nas diss. I did not know that.
I never knew that.
I never knew that.
And I love, let me be clear, that's probably my favorite Dipset song.
Absolutely.
I really mean it. It's one of the hardest beats I have ever heard in my life.
Classic, John. And that's one of my favorite.
Is that Heat Makers? Who I gotta give credit to for that? Heat Makers?
Beat stupid, and like Diplomatic Immunity is a classic album.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
So yeah, man, I didn't even know that he had like issue with bruh. Like,
that's for me, that's a random beef.
Random.
But you know what? I saw some clips. Nas back in the day was on people bumper, especially even in New York, about like, yo, you ain't that good. You need to step it up right now. Oh yeah, Nas was pressing people.
Bro, I always thought Nas was just quiet, chill,
I'm gonna send you this old interview. It's an interview of Nas being like, no, he called out Nori, a bunch of people. Like when Nas was outside, he was on some, y'all ain't that good. Like, y'all need to step it up.
He was probably a Hot 97 going crazy.
Yeah. During that Ether era with Nas was like, y'all all trash.
Oh, he was on go then. Yeah. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Nas was on one. Nas was on. I mean, he was right because he was better than everybody. So I understand why he was talking like that. But yeah.
Okay. All right, man. I didn't know that, man. I'm going to do some more digging. But yeah, I don't need too much digging to know Jim Jones not in the same stratosphere as Nas. I love Jim. Music.
Jim Jones, please stop it. Stop it right now. Mm-hmm. All right. So that's enough of that. Rapping Reason Podcast with Dr. Jeremy C. McCool and Earl Hopkins.